This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hello, pet lovers. This is Michelle Fern, your host on Best Bets for Pets. You know, this past couple years with the pandemic, so many of us have adopted dogs. We're new fur baby parents, and dogs have boundless energy. You need to find them somewhere to play, playmates, and what's better than a dog park? But where do you find these dog parks? Well, my guest today is part creator of this amazing app. So stay tuned, sit tight. We're going to come right back and talk all about it. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsor.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. I'd like to welcome Dov Punski. He is part creator of the DogPack app. Welcome, Dov.
Thank you for having me.
I said part creator, but it's a family collaboration.
That's right. We started this app I have 3 brothers, and we did this as a team. We've been working on this now for the last year and a half. We just launched the app about 3 months ago. And right now we're launched in North America, we're in Australia, we're in New Zealand, and we're in the UK.
And Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland as well.
I checked your website.
Yeah, I don't know if people consider Ireland the UK, but yes, Ireland as well.
I don't know how that works either, being a Yankee from the States. So I don't know, but we'll put it there for everybody from Ireland, which we love Ireland. So let's talk about, why did you guys decide to create an app for dog parks? There's a lot of apps out there, all kinds of things. And there's some that are, I don't know if there's a dog park one, but there's a lot of kinds of apps out there. What made you say, you know what, there needs to be an app for dog parks?
All right. Well, actually, I've been a dog walker. That's what I do for a living. I'm a dog walker in the Montreal area for the last little while. And while working with all types of dogs and dog owners, and being a dog owner of a super highly energetic dog myself, I have a Belgian Malinois, by the way. Her name is Bear. She's 4 years old. So I realized pretty much all dog owners have one thing in common, and that is that they need to exercise and tire out their dogs. And a large percentage of these dog owners, including myself, they either rely on dog parks or trails or dog-friendly beaches, or really any off-leash field or area to fulfill those needs. And I used to hate arriving to a dog park just to see that nobody's there. Or maybe sometimes there can be a dog that my dog doesn't get along with, and we decide not to go in, which is pretty frustrating. And even on the contrary, sometimes there can be a dog that your dog loves playing with, and he's just leaving while you're arriving, which can also be pretty frustrating. So, you would tell yourself, like, if only I showed up to the park 30 minutes earlier, my dog would have had an amazing run, would have been exhausted, and I would have had some peace and quiet that night. So, we all know a tired dog is a good dog. So I just thought there had to be a more efficient way to meet dogs at the dog park, rather than kind of just showing up to one and hoping for the best. So I pitched this idea to my brothers about a year and a half ago, and they loved it. And that's what we've been doing for the last year and a half.
I know it's in the new stages, and where this will be aired in probably sometime 2022. So it's still new stages, but it's almost like, as you're describing it, it's kind of like a way to set up play dates in a sense for your dog, but more.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a way to set up play dates. It's also like sort of like a social media, let's say, for dogs, where like your dogs can really, meet all different kinds of dogs. We also have like options like where you could, if you, let's say you want to find golden retrievers in your area, we have a way that you can find golden retrievers nearby you, or any breed for that matter.
Well,
yeah.
When you were talking about this, and I was thinking about how much I utilize dog parks. I'm now in South Florida, but I used to live in Los Angeles. When I was in Los Angeles, my dog there, she was a border collie mix, border collie, and I think Australian, high energy. And I used to go to the Laurel Canyon Dog Park. And if I didn't go there at least 4 times a week, at least, I don't know what I would come home to find. She was just so energetic. It was a necessity.
Absolutely.
Like for a lot of people that, city, just walking your dog is not enough. I mean, maybe once they're 7, 8 years old, maybe depending on the breed, but really makes a difference. I have some other ideas that I think that there's benefits to your app, but we're going to get into that more in the second half of the show. Let's talk about overall on the global picture. How does the app work?
Well, basically, we offer, like I said, there's a detailed map we have of every dog park and every dog-friendly area in North America, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and Ireland, like we said. And basically what the app does is it allows a user to check into a dog park before you arrive. Very easy. You just open up the app. All the parks are going to be right there in your face. You click on a pin and you click check in, and that's it. You're checked in. And basically anyone that's heading to the dog park will be able to see who's at the park. So it's very easy to use. It's very cool because you could also win all kinds of prizes like coupons and discount codes and raffle tickets just by using the app.
I think there's going to be a lot of activity for check-ins and so forth once your app is, a household name, But until then, it's also a great resource for people to find dog parks and locate dog parks. People move all the time or they travel with their dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, let's say there's a 5-kilometer trail. It might not be so ideal to have to check into the dog park because chances are you might not even see any of the dogs that are on that trail while you're walking, but you'll still benefit from checking into the park because of the whole treat system that we have, which I'll maybe get into a little bit more after. So basically, by checking in, the dog owners actually sort of get rewarded for taking their dogs to dog parks and being a good dog parent.
Okay. And then I think this question might actually be a little better in this section versus the latter section of our show. What about details on the park? Safety, things to be concerned about, in certain areas you have to be careful of, make sure you get your dog after night. There's coyotes in the area, or be careful. There have been break-ins in cars in this dog park or things like that. Is that information able to be put into the app for each dog park as users use it?
Yes. So if you check into a dog park, after you check out of a dog park, you'll actually have an option to leave a detailed review, and you could mention anything you'd like. You also could rate the park between 1 and 5 stars. But right now, that's what we have for the reviews. But in future builds, there's actually going to be way more details. It's going to say if there's a water fountain. It's going to say if there's poop bags on site. It's going to say whether there's 1 fence or 2 fence for big and small dogs. It's going to even tell you if there's water to swim. There's going to be all different kinds of set things that you can that the user will be able to update. That's pretty exciting. We don't have that yet, but that's should be coming in the next couple of months.
Coming soon. All right, everyone, sit tight. We'll be right back right after this message. Hey everyone, Michelle Fern here. Is your dog living with joint discomfort? Well, Antinol is a natural, super potent blend of marine lipid oils that has helped over 2 million pets worldwide. And Antinol is the only joint supplement for pets with 20 published peer-reviewed studies globally. Start your dog's mobility makeover at Antinol.com. And if it's your first time buying Antinol, we have a special starter kit offer to make your first purchase easy. Antinol.com. Free shipping on your first order with a free bonus pack for the first 15 days to give optimal results and a 100% money-back guarantee. Antinol.com. Keep happiness in motion.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking to Dov Punski. He is the creator of the DogPack app. Now, Dov, let's talk about how does someone use the app? So I want to find the app. It's on Google Play and the iPhone Apple Store. What do I do? How do I get started?
Right. And the app, by the way, is 100% free. Like you say, it's called DogPack, iOS and Android, completely free for the end user. And again, it offers a very detailed map of all the parks and dog-friendly areas.
Let me just interject something here.
Yeah.
I was very impressed for how new the app is, that you have so many dog parks listed, parks that I looked in 2 areas of the country that I had lived in, and I didn't even know there were that many dog parks there. In, my past area, Los Angeles, my current area, Greater Fort Lauderdale. So you did a great job. There's a lot of dog parks listed.
Thank you very much. Every single dog park that you see there was hand found by us. And also we got a lot of help from our first few thousand users because they actually suggested a lot of parks that we missed and a lot of off-leash, like unofficial dog parks that are just impossible to find unless you have a local telling you where they are, which is what we had. So that was a big help also. The users helped us fill in all the missing gaps.
Wait, what does that mean? Official, unofficial? You went over it a little bit.
So an official dog park is pretty much just like the dog parks that you'll see that are fenced in and it's just clearly a dog park. And the unofficial dog parks might be maybe a big open field where it's an off-leash area, but there's no fence, or maybe it's a park where you have to actually keep the dogs on a leash. It could be just maybe just a random open field where just people the locals know that they can bring their dogs there, and sort of just an unofficial dog park. It's just not like a fenced in official one.
Got it. So I download the app and then what?
So when you download the app, basically every dog has a personal profile with all of the dog's details, such as their weight, their breed, the age of the dog, their gender. There's even to say if the dog is fixed or not. All of this info is going to be public when you're checked into a park. This way, another user that's on the way can get an idea if their dog will get along with the dog that's checked in based on some of those factors.
And wait, when you leave the park, that information is no longer available.
When you leave the park, then you're not shown anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. And since we know that once someone gets to the dog park, their hands can be a little bit full from either watching their dog or a million dogs coming up greeting them. So that's why we also created a be there in function where you simply enter a time you're going to be there, and the system will actually automatically check you in when you're within the perimeters of the park. Every park has a different radius. And by being checked into the dog park, DogPack actually tracks how much time you spend at the dog park and how many times you've checked in. And by being checked in through our system, you can unlock all different kinds of cool badges. I'll give you an example of a badge that you can unlock. For example, there's a bronze badge where if you spend 25 hours at a dog park, you earn a badge and you earn X amount of what we call treats, which is the same thing as coins or points. And basically treats function as in-app currency within DogPack, which users can redeem in our store for either prizes, discount codes, coupons, and even raffle tickets from all different kinds of cool dog companies that we've teamed up with on our app. The app also allows you to add dogs to your pack, which is essentially the same thing as a friend request. And you can message them through the inbox that we have to coordinate plans with fellow dog park goers. You can also, like we said before, you can also rate and review the dog park that you have visited. Also, of course, knowing that everyone loves sharing pictures with their dogs, we made a feed section just like Instagram or Facebook, except for the one difference that the feed is going to be filled with pictures of dogs. Those are the main functions that the app provides the user right now.
Could there be, as you were describing this, one thought came to mind?
Yeah.
Well, several thoughts, but this one was more like a light bulb moment. At some point, could a shelter use the app to let people know, hey, we're having dog adoptions this day at this park? And I mean, they could let people know that they're there and have the pictures of the dogs.
Yeah. Well, what they would be able to do, because they could actually just tag the dog park. You could tag dog parks on the feed. And so everyone that's following that dog park will see that post that comes up. And that would be a good way to reach out to people on the app for sure. They can do it like that for now.
Okay, so it's basically just download the app, enter the information, put the information in. What about if there's, I don't know, devil's advocate here, inconsistencies? Or what about if you hear constantly about, this dog that's always there is a bully and it's attacking all the other dogs, I guess there's not much you can do. Reach out to the owner. It's a little awkward, right?
Right. We do have an option that after you leave a dog park, you can actually rate the individual dogs that were there based on 3 simple categories. You could rate them off of energy, obedience, and their temperament. You can rate between 1 and 5 stars. So basically, when you check out of a park, you'll see a list of all the dogs that were there at the same time as you, and you'll be able to give them star ratings based off of that. And from what we've been seeing so far, everyone pretty much has 5 stars in all the categories. But it could be that one specific dog that's there, you can, if they're constantly, being aggressive, you could maybe give them a lower rating for the temperament. And users will see that before coming to a park. And like I said, there's also a lot of people that have told me that, like, my dog will specifically not get along with golden retrievers or huskies or any type of breed, And so I think it's cool that users can actually see like what kind of breed it is, how old, or like a lot of situations, like they say, like, my dog, if he interacts with a dog that's not fixed right away, they'll start fighting, which is a pretty common issue. So it also says whether or not the dog is fixed. So right now that's what we have.
I think that's a great start. And in South Florida, I went to a local dog park for a long time, was a little bit turned off once my car was broken into, but you just have to be careful everywhere. But in Los Angeles, I went to the dog park for years because the weather is better and my dog just needed the energy. She had so much energy. And for the most part, most of the dogs get along. The owners tend to be really on top of things. The only fights I generally saw were when dogs got aggressive over their toys.
Yeah, that's definitely, I think that's in general like a big no-no to bring toys into a dog park.
Of course, if they're both playing with the ball, one grabs it. But the owners, on the whole, that I've experienced, and this is years and years of going to dog parks, the owners tend to be very on top of things. They're right
for the most part.
At dog parks, wouldn't you say?
For the most part, but
Right.
You'll definitely get those irresponsible dog owners that will be like just focusing on their phone while their dog is bullying another dog. You do see that as well. But for the most part, yeah, from what I see, most of the owners I interact with are pretty responsible.
Exactly. Okay, before we let people know where they can find and download all the information, you have a great website as well. It's called DogPackApp.com. Is that correct?
That's right.
Okay. And one of the surprises on your site is that you have a list of tons of different breeds.
Yes, that's credit to my brother who did all that. He wrote lots of different breeds out and their different traits and characteristics of each breed. And all those breeds actually show up on the app as well. When you click on one of the breeds on the app, you'll see all the info about, like, the general info about that breed. So, yeah.
So besides it's really great information and fun to look at, what is the purpose of the breed information for the app?
For that, it's really just for basically like owners or anyone that wants to learn about dog breeds. It doesn't serve any purpose other than just having something interesting to read about a dog breed. Just to have some more information on the app about the breeds. Maybe you're going to a dog park and you see a breed that you've never heard of before. And so you can click on it and you'll get a nice description of the breed.
Right. You could tell. You can infer some temperament things per breed, but it's not always accurate.
No, for sure. Every dog is different.
Right. Just like people are different. Every dog has its own personality, you know?
Absolutely.
Dov, you and your brothers are to be greatly congratulated. This is an amazing app with a ton of information. Where can people find the app to download it?
So DogPack, you can find it anywhere on either the Android or iOS on the app stores. It's 100% free. It always will be. And you could also go on our website if you don't want to download the app. You can go on dogpackapp.com.
Okay, listeners, I downloaded it. It's very easy to download and very user-friendly. So it's good that you made it very user-friendly because some people are, tech advanced. Some people are tech shy. So that's another kudos to you and your brothers for creating a very useful app and tech-friendly app.
Thank you.
So, Dov, I always ask this because we like to have the scoop on anything up and coming. Are there any other features coming up or, I don't know, cat cafes coming into the app, even though it's dog park app? Who knows, Anything up and coming?
So, something that I think is going to be a cool new feature on the app, which we're working on right now, is actually we're going to have a fully new marketplace. We're going to call it the Market. And basically, we're going to have all the dog walkers, all the dog groomers, we'll have kennels, we'll have all different kinds of dog businesses. And the way that it will work is you're going to go on the Market and it's going to take your location and you're going to see all those walkers that are closest to you. So I think that's going to be very useful for dog owners. One more thing that we're going to be adding to the marketplace that's coming out soon is a lost and found section. So unfortunately, this happens often where people lose their dogs. So we'll have a place where people can actually post their lost dogs. And if you're within, say, 50 kilometers of where that post was posted, you'll get a notification on your phone saying that this and this dog is lost, and there'll be a picture and a description and how you can contact the owner if you find the dog. So I think that's going to be a pretty cool new feature as well.
They both sound great, and they both sound very helpful to all of the pet parents that are out there. Dov, thank you so much. And thanks to you and your brothers for creating DogPack app and for coming on Best Bets for Pets and sharing it with us.
Thank you so much for having me. We really appreciate being on your show.
Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you being here. And best of luck with DogPack app.
Thank you very much.
Well, I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Go check it out, DogPack app. If you have a dog and you'd love to use dog parks, this is the app for you. So thanks to my girl, Miss C, who introduced me to dog parks way back when. She's in doggy heaven. Thanks to Mr. Zeus, who also was a big dog park fan. He's also in doggy heaven. But Mr. Nicky, even though he's a little dude, likes dog parks too. So I'll be checking out the dog park app with him. Look for us. He's a little Havanese. And special thanks to my producer, Mark Winter, for making me and my guests sound amazing. And a huge, huge thank you to the Best Bets for Pets listening audience. Thank you so much. We've been on Pet Life Radio 11 years and counting. We're still going strong. So, hey, stay tuned. You never know what we're going to have coming up.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.